Alright, hello again YouTube. Welcome back to the Work in Progress Cruiser. It might be like a little square, but it's been coming along reasonably well so far. Today we're going to be doing the engines, or at least starting with the engines. So, boilers are back here generating steam. We're running, piping it up through the dividing walls up to the rear of the ship. Is that still on the old helium pumps? No, that's right. So we're going to put the pistons in here, and we need to start from the end, the shaft itself. So we're going to cut through the hole here. We're going to be using the medium shaft. Propellers will be back there somewhere. So wherever they come from, they need to end up here. So probably put a transmission in here on this sort of shelf. It kind of looks like there's even a decent spot for it. Yeah, look at that. Gear ratio 2, before I forget. We had an issue with this last time. We're wasting a lot of power. Right. I reckon we'll probably have the look nice and solid, and then now we put the actual cranks in a little ways back. Here-ish. There's crank. We'll go for 6, and then we'll have a gearbox up against the back wall. That should be about right. Make sure this is nice and solidly in place. And medium shaft again. Okay, so that's all fine. Now we need to add some pistons. Don't think, yeah, they're definitely not going to fit sideways. They are going to have to go upwards. That's fine. We have space this time for that. Or just, they're going to be right underneath the deck. Oh, I don't like that, but there's not a great way to drop them down. So sticking through the bottom of the hull. Which is not completely outside the realm of possibility. We could have them sitting through the bottom and then thicken up the bottom just for that section. It'd be a bit of a weird place to have a bulge, but yeah, go on. I think we're going to do that. I want these pistons vertical, so not taking up too much space. Like I say, we'll fill in the bottom of that. That'll be there then. That will go, and we'll have another one of these there. Okay. It still works. It's just going to be... It's going to look like they're clipping through the floor. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add... It's going to bug me if it doesn't look like it would work at all, so we're going to go a bit of a sort of cut away from the floor to let it spin past, and then we'll, like I say, we'll reinforce the underside of the hull. That can... Oh, that's a problem. That's part of the slope. Okay. Just replace that with a 3-meter slope. Will anyone notice? 4-meter slope. Might even be a part to cover that, actually. I think if we do a... Yeah, there we go. It's not perfect, but it's very, very hard to tell that there's a bit of a gap in the slope there. Is this leaving this spot a little more vulnerable to torpedoes? Yes. Although I guess we can slope it, try and make it harder to hit. Let's try and make this as thin and low profile as we can. It's not completely unprotected, it's not exposed to the sea, but it's definitely still sticking out a little bit. Okay, that'll have to do. Right, yeah, if we exit to the center, then we can run that to the turbines. Let me run steam to here. And over that way, and then... We have power. Now I'm going to have to run these back to the funnels. We'll run the pipes underneath the current ones. Seeing as we've already breached it once, it's not going to make it any different to breach it again. Right. Go. Move across. Likewise, open that one. Da-da-da, steam pipe hole. Do that. We're right back where we started, and we can mount the oh yeah, they want to turn there. So that one will just go, that will be straight above the boilers. This one will go back a bit. And we'll have it mounted a little bit further back. The whole pipe's where the floor will be. And good. Let's add a bit of a control system in and test movement, and we can also add a rudder as well. By a control system, I mean let's add a chair. Oh, and some propellers would help. I've got to add the rudder first so we don't have to... so we can steer it straight away. Flatten out this section as well so we can mount the rudder somewhere nice and solid. Large rudder. 2.1 shaft pivot. Should be proportionate, should be shorter. Put that there. Should be shorter on the side facing the propellers than the side that isn't. Then we'll add... is there a decorative one of those? There is, yes. We'll add a bit of a beam underneath supporting it because they did normally have that. Oh cool, that kind of matches up with the other bits as well. Does that look right? Not sure, but I'll tell you what will help. And we add the actual propellers. Steam, 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 steam. 3 meter, yeah. No reversing. Now is where we potentially find out we've done something wrong. Okay, that was right. Oh. Oh, somehow they're attached but not attached. Okay, I see. Oh, is there not in the water? Why is it not running in reverse? I'm not crazy. These engines work in reverse. I'm not that stupid, right? Manual control. Push and reset. They are just on the brink of coming out of the water repeatedly, however, which is not good. We do not want that, so what we might have to do is run another shaft gear to drop it down again on the other side of this. Gotta drop it down by another meter. Make sure they're in the water reliably. Do we run it on the outside the hole? No. Let's put it... Yeah, we may have to redesign another section, but... the rear of the hull is always an awkward bit. Let's go 2 meter there. We'll go 4 meter there to give it some protection. So I have to do that in a minute. Right. Steam engines. And 2 meter shaft there, I guess, and then we seal it up with that. Is that even sealed though? That should be it, and then a 2 meter beam there, and then flip it up. It's not the prettiest, but again, it'll do. A small mangled section around the propeller where it's coming out is not too bad of a thing, right? Oh. Oh. It's in the wrong place anyway, isn't it? It's here. Yes. Oh yeah, this can be filled then. Yeah. We go for the medium 3 meter propeller. Okay. And control. Get started. Rudder. Yeah. Let's go. Alright, we are moving. It seems it works. Pressure differential should be max. Pretty much. I don't know why the steering unit always... Yeah, it always resets. Working on stuff. I don't know if that's something I'm doing or what, but... Oh, we've got an actual AI, haven't we? It's not active, but we have got one. That's probably why, because it's overriding my inputs. Right. Speaking of AI. You are... Oh, do you want to be broadside or circle? Be broadside, right? Top broadside below. 1200 meters. Broadside minimum range. 11... well, actually, no. Go up to 200 meters, but... Well, broadside angle. Yeah, 90. Get the full broadside on them. You can be stationary. You can reverse. Good. You are a maneuver. You are a ship or tank. Speed controls off. Okay. Alright. Save vehicle cruiser. Right, we're off to a good start. Is this section flooded? No, it's vigils. Right. Actually, it might be. No, yeah, it's got an air pump. It shouldn't be flooded. Oh, it's only filling that little area, I think. Oh, no, it's okay. Right. Well, this doesn't seem a tremendous amount of speed, but then again, we are a lot bigger. Is it a propeller thing? Is this a case where we could actually support a larger propeller? Not in the space we have there specifically, but would that make a big difference if we did uprate to a... Yes. Does it look a little silly? Tiny bit, but we certainly could uprate to a 5 meter, and it does improve our output significantly. It looks a little large, but that's kind of something we've had with all our ships, so we'll go with that. And as before, we use our same little decoration trick to make it look like the propeller's actually mounted to something. Mount if we use oh, where's it? Advanced cannons. Use a heavy barrel end. Yeah, there we go. Looks like we've got a shaft to hold the propeller. It actually looks a little nicer than it did on the other one. There we go. Okay, so we can do a speed of about 35 meters a second, so we're not particularly slow. At the moment, anyway. That's not bad considering we haven't sealed the decks. Let's do that now. I don't think we need much of this internal space, really, so we could probably just seal it up and have it hollow. To save us some cost and give us a nice big airspace, we will maybe... I'll maybe just split it in two, just along the middle to, again, keep those nice air compartments. Now, let's add a deck. That's it. Okay. Like to say very regularly, because you never know when stuff will crash. Oh, I do also occasionally have to adjust my chair. Right. Yeah, we'll try and keep the nice pattern again, so we'll go... If I fill there, is that going to... Yeah, it's going to go wrong almost immediately. If I do this, it should then fill correctly, but what we'll do is we'll also do it right up to this section as well, just to make sure it gets it right. Yeah, because there it would go wrong. It would offset. In fact, it's going to do it again as well because of those. So now, Phil. Thank you. Don't know whether this decking will be thick enough on its own. We may need to add extra armor in some areas, but there's not a huge amount of underdeck space, so... Well, actually, no, there is quite a bit, but you know what I mean. Don't want to make the that section too thick. Fine, it's off pattern, but it's between the guns. It looks alright. Yeah, we're still moving pretty quick. Propellers do look a bit disproportionate, but it's fine. But quite a few extra knots of speed, I'll take that. There, and there. There we go. Just got to do the rear, and then we'll be nice and sealed. Ready to start putting stuff on deck. That's the one exception. No, okay, I was going to say, is that the one exception where we have it turning the other way? No, so it still looks bad. I wish there was a 1 meter one with that little black stripe on it. It's such a small thing, but it's so annoying. Right. Turning circle, large. I think it's fair to say, though, on this one. Right. Oh, what is best to do? Let's do the smokestack. Yeah, should we build a bit of a super... Let's build a bit of a superstructure, and let's build this... Yeah, we'll actually build this one from metal. The bullet so it can withstand some damage. And we'll mount... Or do we want... Actually, how much does it weigh? Would it be lighter to just have 2 layers of alloy? Weight 40. Weight 5. Yeah, we'll just do 2 layers of alloy. We're going to build a bit of a superstructure designed to have AA on it. But we'll also design the rear of it to have the funnels on it. this won't be particularly based on any real ship. This will just be R1. Right. So the funnels on the rear there. We'll have 2 vertical stack funnels, but maybe slope the top. Let's extend this part out into a full rear bridge. Go. Put that as a theoretical AA mount point, and we'll go mount this as another. Or potentially even secondary guns, actually. Yeah, in fact, no, we could have secondary guns on the deck in between the 2 points. That'll be our rear bridge. The rough shape of it, and then the front bridge we'll do a sort of tower. I guess a sort of pagoda style one, or whatever you call it. Small AA mounts there. Bit more of a slope at the back on this one. Bit of free space here, and we'll put some launchers in here. Yes, I need to not forget we're supposed to have launchers on this thing as well. Right. Oh, we're floating quite low now. Did the deck really add that much difference? Or is it just because of the propeller? We angle the propellers up a tiny bit. Let's see if that helps keep the nose out of the water and the rear end out of the air. 1 degree on each side. Does that make a big difference? How about 5 degrees on both? Not sure yet. Might have to build some more and then double check that, but if it's acting weird, we know what the cause is at least. Right. And let's thicken up these sections. Okay, the smokestack one can stay thin. This one we will thicken the armor for. These are only thick because they're going to be mountain AA. The rest can be fairly thin and decorative. Right. Let's fit the pipes. Steam engine, steam piping, 2 meters. Dip, dip. Whole pipe. Be 8 meters, and then I'll have the venting control parts. Dip, dip, and then we'll go. Vent above 0 pressure. Right. Actually, no, we have the decorations pack. Let's make this some of that nice sticky floor stuff that actually looks like something. It's a catwalk. Can't remember it. Oh, catwalk has the nice. Do I like that more than the other sort? So it's like non-stick or something, isn't it? What is it under? Decking? Oh, reinforced decking. Oh, okay. So edges for it. That's kind of cool looking. Steel deck panels, that was it. Yeah. Sort of very plain, smooth look. I don't know, I mean... I like these. Are these going to be bad for lag? Because they look pretty. Then again, it should only be rendering the flat surface, right? Steel one is simpler, I have to admit. Yeah, I might go for the steel deck panel. Okay. Yeah, the steel one has some built-in local weapon controllers, so this might actually be better. Just spotted them up there, yeah, with local weapon controller. I think that's better. We don't need those yet, so we're just doing 4 meters. Still need to edge it with the same stuff though. Slopes. We'll add some portholes and things later as well. Then this bit probably also ought to be thick up there as well. Same deal. Keep worrying about the weight, and then it's like, no, these weigh like 5 each. Like one heavy. Oh, we could even do that. Is that oval shape going to look a bit weird like that? It's probably a little bit weird oval shape, but we could do 2 meters. At least at front and back of these two specifically, but the middles will be. Yeah, it looks alright. We'll probably have to chop into these later for the sake of doing the weapon systems, but hey ho. Alright, how much do these weigh and cost? Cost not much. Weigh 20. Okay, so these are effectively like metal. That's good. That means attack from the top will be a bit more resistant against. Health 250. How much does a full metal block have? 350. Okay, yes, they are weaker, but I'm guessing lighter than that. Oh, we've left a bit in. Right. Oh, and then this one as well. Two meter and 1 meter. Good. Funnel time. Right. I might even go. Yeah, make them look a bit longer, then again we'll have that nice slope at the top. Might have seen this sort of thing on some chips. Do I want a 1 meter slope? That's certainly the easiest to build, right? Because I could sort of go. Is it possible there? I don't think there's a good way to do a 2 meter slope across that. Yeah, no, we'll have a level off there. And then like that. Yeah. Alright, that looks pretty alright. A little bit slab-sided looking, but that's fine. We can decorate those up later. Right. Save. What's next? Oh. At the 30-minute mark. That might be it. Is there anything I want to add before we finish? Good question. Is there? Nah, we'll leave that there. We'll start work next time on the guns. Hopefully you've all enjoyed so far. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Goodbye.